see hundreds of people a day. Hell, I probably see thousands of people a day. You know, one thing that I see more than is comfortable seeing, nobody's paying attention. Everybody has literally everybody has their phone in their hand. Everybody has their head down. There's no awareness anymore. I don't know if there ever was, but there's no awareness as to what is going on around people. My job, I drive for my job. I have to be aware 24/7 what I'm doing, 360 degrees all around at all times. You know, a kid runs out into the street, the whole, you know, he kicks his ball into the road and he goes out and runs it and tries to grab it. That's happened to me plenty of times. It's not just something that you see in a movie. It happens. Not really talking about the kids because they're innocent, they're stupid, they don't know, you know, any better. Well, they should know better, but maybe their parents haven't raised them right. They're not really thinking about it. But for the majority of the people, what I'm talking about is the adults, teenagers, young adults, even the older people, man. They're just so, I don't know, everybody is in their own little world anymore. It seems like everybody has their own things going on in life, and you got places to be, people to see. Me too. In my job, I have people to see, and I gotta go fast. And I gotta go to a lot of them every single day. I get it when you have to go and you have to hurry. But I am aware. Maybe it's just because of my job that I've been, you know, trained to do it like that, where I'm looking constantly, I'm seeing stuff constantly. But I'm paying attention to the other things too. You know, who's in that car? Does that kid look like he's supposed to be in that car? Or is it a weird situation? Who's at the gas station? Anybody weird coming in? You know, you have to look for subtle little clues and not so subtle clues. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. People getting robbed all the time. Don't go anywhere without a firearm, or at least some pepper spray or something like that, a taser, anything. If you go out walking, bring your dog, bring 2 things of pepper spray, and, you know, go jogging with your rifle if you have to. A pocket knife, something. Even those little tactical pins. Anything is better than nothing. We need to train ourselves to be aware about what is going on around us. Because it takes a split second for somebody to T-bone you, somebody to come out to your door, you know, at knife point. The problem right now, and it's sad because it happened up in New York, that guy that tried to defend those people, now he's facing charges because he was trying to defend people. Who cares? I wouldn't let that stop me. I would still try to help somebody no matter what. Even if the people that are in charge are going to charge you for some dumb shit and try to get you in trouble. You know in your heart that it's worth it because you're helping somebody. There have been hundreds of people throughout history that stood by what was right, even though legally it was wrong. Legally, George Washington and his crew were not supposed to say, hey, F you to, you know, the King of England. Legally, they were supposed to pay their taxes. Legally, Rosa Parks should have stepped in the back or sat in the back of the bus. Those things were legal. And what are we doing now as Americans, as men and as women? We're teaching our younger generations to roll over and just listen to the police, do as they say. Listen to the authorities, do as they say. The only authorities that children should listen to is God and their parents. Yeah, to a point, the children should listen to their teachers. I get that. But you have to teach them right and wrong. Listen to your teacher, sure. But if your teacher is being weird or, you know, something's going on that's not supposed to be going on, you need to teach your children to stand up and say, absolutely not, no way. And I'm not saying be a tattletale and be a narc and, you know, a little crybaby. Oh, he's doing something bad. Don't be that person. But when you see somebody getting hurt or their liberties are being taken from them from somebody, and you know it's not justified, yeah, stand up for them. Because every day that we do not, this tyranny gets worse and worse in this country. every day. Oh, at least it wasn't me. You say that now, dude. It wasn't me. Good thing it wasn't me. I knew somebody that said that in school one day. Something about somebody's car or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And Joe said, oh, at least it wasn't my car. It was something like that. Anyway, the point is, don't say, oh, at least it wasn't me. Because tomorrow it will be. In a week it will be you. In a month, a year, whatever. Things happen to people. When bad stuff happens to me, I could really use somebody in my corner. I could really use a random stranger saying, hey, do you need a hand? Can I help you with something? It's just literally about doing the right thing to help people. The more you do it, the more people will see you help people. And the more likely they are to help people. Well, not everybody's going to do it. I get that. There are assholes. And you know what? You still help those people too. You absolutely have to help those people. You have to. Because when they see it over and over and over again, they themselves will start to, hey, maybe I shouldn't be like this. Maybe I should change my ways. Maybe I should become a better person. I had a route I just started at my old job. And when I got on that route, all the customers, when I drive by down the road and everything, mean mug me, flick me off, cuss me out. I had quite a few people do that to me. And I waved to them. And I recognized them when I went to the house, a couple weeks later, a couple days later, whatever it was. It doesn't bother me. I run into so many rude people during the day. It does not bother me at all. I simply wave. Have a good day. Life is too short to be pissed off all the time. Be happy. Be grateful. Be nice and courteous to everybody. The point of that story was a few months into that route of me running it, people that once flicked me off and gave me weird looks and stuff, they started waving back. They started smiling. I would see them at Walmart, Food Lion, whatever, grocery store. And I'd say hi to them and they'd be super nice. And they'd come to the door. Nobody came to the door first. But once you're nice to people, they'll start coming to the door. They'll meet you halfway down the driveway. So it will save you time. Being nice to people gets you farther in life. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've ran the simulations. I've done that. Being nice to people will get you so much farther in life than being just rude and pissed all the time. How does your day go when you have one small thing that happens and it's terrible and you're just mad, pissed off at the world? Everything makes you mad. Somebody smiles and waves to you. Oh God, it pissed you off. But if you flip that mindset and just become happy, no matter what, man, things happen in life, just accept it for what it is. It's a bad thing that happened, and you move on with your life. And it's as simple as that. Everything in your life has trained your mind into accepting, or not being able to accept, not being able to accept what's bad that happens to you as, anything but that. Oh, it's a bad thing. I must have a terrible life. Everybody, look at me. I have such a crappy life. You could be the poorest person in America and you're still better off than anybody else in the world. Having money, having property has nothing to do with your happiness. It has nothing to do with it. Where your happiness comes from is your outlook on life. Whether it's financially or, if you are prepping for the end of the world, you can still be happy about it. And yeah, I'm scared and I'm nervous and I'm, I wouldn't say worried, because I know it's all in God's plan. Whatever happens, happens. If I had the mindset of, oh man, this sucks. What happens if the aliens do invade? Well, I don't have an underground bunker to hide from. Oh, this life sucks. There's nothing I can do about that. Where I'm at in my life right now is exactly where I need to be. If you want to change something in your life, then change it. Start with the little steps. Do one thing different every day. Do 10 push-ups a day. Sooner or later, you're going to say, oh, this is easy. I'm going to do 20 push-ups. I'm going to do 30 push-ups. I'm going to do 100 push-ups. I might go on a walk. A month later, you might be jogging. A month after that, you might be doing, sprinting. You might, do tournaments and stuff. But you're never going to go anywhere in life, good or bad. Most of the time it's bad if you don't do anything. But you're not going to get better results for yourself in this life if you don't try, if you don't do one thing simple. It takes one freaking thing, just one, to change your entire world. And it all starts with changing your outlook on life. There are so many people that are depressed, alcoholics, have PTSD, suicidal thoughts, have this just terrible, sad stuff. And it's heartbreaking. And we all need to come together as people of faith, whatever, even if you're not. Just pray for those people. Talk to them. Try to just communicate with people and tell them that life's going to be okay no matter what happens. Even if nothing happens when you pass away, wouldn't it be really crappy to spend your entire life just in a terrible mood? Your whole 50 to 100 years, whatever you get in this life, wouldn't it be terrible just to spend your entire life sad, miserable, angry? It is up to us as men and women to raise our kids to understand things happen. You might not win every time, and that's okay. You don't need a trophy because you participated. You need to try harder if you want to win. My son tried football. He really wanted to play football 2 years ago. The neighbor kid played football. And my oldest son really wanted to be in football because his friend played football. And we did a couple weeks of practice. He didn't like it. He had a couple games. I think he did it for one season. Didn't ask to do it again. Didn't like it. But we made him stick through it because he wanted to try it. He's going to try something new. Whether it's food, whether it is a sport, whether it is just learning something, practicing something. My kids are going to try that because I am a father, and my job in this life is to raise them to try new things, to question things, to stand up for what is right. And what is right is protecting your family. What is right is not always being the nicest person, not always being the happy-go-lucky, nice guy. You have to stand up for what you believe in. I believe in my family. I believe in my children. I believe that they have a right to have a decent life. And I'm going to teach them that's how they need to think about life. They need to think about life as, I'm going to have a good life no matter what. I don't care if I live in a cardboard box or a mansion. I'm going to have a happy life. That and believing in God. Those are my two biggest things in life. Are teaching my children about God and what He has given us in life. God's given us a life. He's given us breath in our lungs, the ability to think. What other animal can sit there and reason like a human being can? But my God has given us a home, a family, food. No matter what, God has always been there for me, no matter what. Even when I cuss Him, even when I, back in the day, I hated Him, I cussed everything. Man, why did you do this? You don't love you. You're not even real. All this stuff. I still feel in my heart right now, what I still feel with Him is, I love you, son. I love you. And I love Him too. And that is the strongest love that I have ever felt my entire life. Even above my own children and my wife, the love that I have for God is more than anybody combined. Because He has always been there no matter what. An example of that is when I first started working, when me and my wife just had my oldest. He was maybe like a year and a half old, maybe 2 years old. He's almost 9 now. But we were struggling a little bit, trying to figure life out like all new parents, like all 20 3-year-old parents are trying to figure out life. Maybe I was 24, whatever. Anyway, I calculated, I was adding up all the bills and stuff, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be like this much short on the bills for the week, like the following week, whatever. And I was like, dude, I need like 3 or 4 more hours and it will cover everything and I won't have to worry. I won't have to stress so much. You know what happened that same day? Like an hour after that, after I was talking to God, I was like, God, man, can I get a couple more hours this week? I don't need a bunch of overtime, man. I literally need like 3 or 4 more hours. My work truck broke down on the side of the freaking dirt road up on the mountain. And I called my boss. This piece of crap just broke down on me. And I was so mad. God, I was furious. I was having such a bad day. I think about quitting. I was pissed, dude. And my boss said, well, tow truck that we have is going out to another driver. And it's going to be a while, man. You're going to sit there for a little bit. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm probably not going to get done for the day. I'm going to need help, obviously. I'm going to be however long it takes y'all to come get me behind. I sat there for 3 hours, dude. 3 freaking hours on the side of the road. God, I was so freaking mad, man. My phone was almost dead. Having a crappy day. People just flying by me, dirt going up in my face. And it took me a while to realize, you know, I started thinking about it. I said, well, God, I did ask you for more hours of work. I was late as hell getting home that day. I was mad. Then I started thinking about it. And all I could do was sit there and laugh. No matter what you do in this life, when you ask God to help you, He will find a way to help you. It might not be the way you want it to be. It may not be your ideal situation on how you think things should turn out. But when you ask God for help, He'll put you in the right path. He's obviously not going to hand you $1 million. He's not going to buy you a new house. But He's going to show you where you need to go to do the extra work. As long as you do the work, He'll get you what you want. He will get you what you need. As long as you put in the work for God, as long as you ask Him for help, He will push you in the right direction. He will point over there. Go look under that rock, dude. Because I asked God for help. And I asked Him for a lot of help, man. Like a lot. I ask God for help all the time because I'm only human and I screw up all the time. And I need to know somebody's got my back no matter what. No matter how many times I screw up in life, I need to know that He's going to be right there, right behind me, saying, it's all right, man. We got this. We'll figure it out. Life doesn't happen the way you want it to be all the time. Most of the time. There are always uh-ohs in the world. Or oh crap moments in the world. And if you want to change your life, ask God for help. Ask Him for the strength to become a better person. Change who you are. Change your mindset on life. Change your outlook. Change the way you think about life. Life doesn't suck. There's some weird things going on in life, sure, but life does not suck. Anyway, there is my random rant. Y'all have a fantastic evening, and I'll talk to y'all later.